Congrats! You found $2 Late Fee, the best 80s movies podcast in the world.
We revisit our favorite 80s movies.
And sometimes 90s.
And soundtracks from our youth. And then we interview our favorite people who helped make them. All in the spirit of nostalgic positivity.
Thanks for listening.
Remember the name, Jack Burton.
Who? Jack Burton. Me.
Where's Jack?
Jack! Everybody relax, I'm here.
How are you gonna spring us?
I have no idea.
He's coming to rescue your summer.
Hey, what more can a guy ask for?
Big Trouble in Little China. Rated PG-13. Starts Wednesday, July 2nd at a theater near you.
I feel like I'm going to cry right now.
Safe space. Safe space.
I have like 3 of my most favorite people with me right now. Grace, who's joined me for most of the episodes of $2 Late Fee this year, who's become like the co-hostess with the mostess. Corey's probably sitting somewhere going, what about me? Of course, yes, we love you, Corey.
No, we don't, Corey. No, we don't.
And
Sorry.
Dustin's back.
Facts are facts.
Again. Dustin's back again.
So happy to be here.
And he brought his beautiful, amazing, wonderful wife with him, Erin, back too.
Yes. Erin is sort of an unofficial Big Trouble in Little China aficionado.
Maybe.
Although she'll say she's not.
I'm not. I'm not.
But she knows it.
Well, Erin's last time on our show, Dustin, was when it was Shag. And I feel like between the 2 ladies on this show, Erin and Grace, are more experts on Big Trouble in Little China than I think anybody else on this planet, or biggest fans anyways.
Big fan for sure. Absolutely.
Grace, I was thinking you were going to wear the satin jacket, your Big Trouble in Little China satin jacket.
I left it at my boyfriend's house, so I'm gonna have to do without it today. Yeah, I've got some other fun things to show though.
That's a typical response from people. I left it at my boyfriend's house when
when it's like the best jacket that in existence. Just
I'm gonna need to see this at some point, Grace.
Oh man, yeah. So
is your boyfriend busy? Maybe we can just
maybe you can grab
get
it
him
and bring
in,
it over.
loop him in, and then
he could show us.
Maybe he can wear it.
Well, the funny thing is, Dean Cundy's Instagram account, I think it's his wife that runs it. And, he saw the jacket and he's like, you better, his wife responded, you better watch out. Someone's going to steal that from you or someone's going to rob you. Like, oh my God.
Is that a threat? Is it going to be you?
Mrs. Cundy, come on now.
Wow. Oh my God.
Amazing.
Well, this is basically going to be an episode gushing about one of our favorite movies of all time, Big Trouble in Little China, which a couple months from now will be celebrating its 40th anniversary. Officially in the year, it came out on July 2nd, 1986. I said that happens to be Bodhi's birthday, July 2nd, and Kristen's like, yeah, but that was 1986. I'm like, yeah, there's really no connection.
Boy,
it's still same day.
It's our dog Gus's birthday too, so we're in the same page. Tell Kristen,
just as exciting.
Not 86 also, but
right?
who cares?
So this episode is dropping after the James Lew interview. The James Lew interview at this point already has been out for a little bit now, and in that interview he reveals a lot of interesting, fun facts about Big Trouble in Little China. One being the hand symbol that they do. He came up with that. It was his hand symbol.
Wow.
And he explains why, based on, pitching it to John Carpenter and John Carpenter loving the idea. It was his first big job here in the United States. He was trial by fire, jumped into this big budget movie, and suddenly he was like a stunt coordinator on it, choreographed the whole fight scene, the infamous fight scene that we all love in the beginning of the movie, et cetera, et cetera. Has one of the best lines from, his gang and the Chang Sings, and being Jack says, any of you savvy English? And he's like, who the hell is this guy?
Right.
But if you're listening to this, go to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, please. And you can see I'm about to reveal, James let me borrow the official Big Trouble in Little China shooting script that he still owns to this day. And it's dated September 17th, 1985.
Nice.
I like to think that James Lew is on another podcast being asked about that script, and he's like, "Oh, it's at my boyfriend's house."
Nice callback. Nice callback.
Nice. Are there like notes in the script at all, like his own personal notes and stuff?
That's a great question, actually. Not really. It's pretty clean.
Okay.
But it's the shooting script, and there's one area that is highlighted. Jack running after Rain through the chaos, grabbing him, landing 2 fairly good punches in the face before Rain knocks Jack back with a chop. Rain moving again, Jack diving for him, Rain somersaulting, Jack slamming into the wall, crumpling to the floor, looking up to see Rain vaulting right back up through a hole in the wasted roof. Do you know what scene that is, Grace?
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, he punches Rain a few times, right? Where he's just like his head swivels right back and he's just like, "Oh, well, forget it." And then, Jack just gets pummeled.
Yeah,
So,
every time.
yeah.
Right. And he has a couple of little notes in here. Stunt girls. I'm assuming that's the scene where the ladies of Wing Kong are battling Wang and Eddie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Anyways, this is a piece of history here that I'm holding in my hands. I'm so grateful that he let me borrow it, quote unquote. If anyone wants to come over and check it out for themselves, go for it. He's like,
you know what might be a baller move is when he asks for it back, you gaslight him into thinking he never gave it to you.
Oh no.
Well, if you listen to the interview, his memory,
Terrible karma.
Being in his 70s,
that's baller.
His recollection is not that great, so perhaps that could work. By the way, I just figured out what gaslighting was maybe 6 months ago. I have no idea what the word gaslighting meant.
What? Where have you been, Zach?
I've been in 6-7 world.
Oh,
6-7.
no.
How can we gaslight you now to feel bad about not knowing?
I didn't know what doxing meant. I didn't know what all these terms meant.
I don't know.
I feel like we need to have like a session with you.
Yeah,
like
we should
some sort
sit
of
down and
up to date.
Yeah, these are important terms to know.
I know. I'm really. What I would like to do in a future episode of 80s Kids Unite with you guys is an episode where we talk about like terms from the 80s that would translate into now, like what it would be now, right? What would gaslighting in the 80s be? Just quick preview of what's to come.
Gaslighting.
Okay.
No. I mean, it would be the same. You could also be maybe like lighting a fart on fire. I feel like that's a very 80s thing to do.
Oh, you mean like that? Not like what would it be?
But
called?
I think it was. I mean, there was a movie.
It's kind of obvious, Erin.
Yeah, you light your farts on fire.
Obviously.
Duh.
What about a bag of crap on someone's front porch?
Also,
I didn't put that there. You put that there.
Oh, I didn't put that there.
That's a double gaslight.
Yeah.
if the bag's on fire.
Yeah.
I know when I was a kid, I watched the movie Gaslight. Like it's an old timey movie, like a black and white film, and with my mom and my grandma, and I remember being like, "This is crazy." Like what a crazy concept, because it was the idea that this guy was gaslighting his wife.
Oh, wait, really? It's about like what setting up something that didn't happen, convincing her it did.
Yeah, just making her think she's crazy.
Who was that?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
really?
Yeah. So it would be like, oh no, you left that on. Or that didn't happen. Like trying to convince her that she's nuts is the whole point of his thing, is like doing little things throughout so that she thinks she's losing her mind.
Yeah. With Joseph Cotton and Charles Boyer? I've never seen this.
If you've heard the phrase gaslighting, you probably know it means to manipulate someone into believing a false reality. But what you may not know is that the phrase originally comes from the 1944 film Gaslight, starring Ingrid Bergman as a woman whose husband makes her believe she's going insane by slowly dimming the gas-fueled lights around her and then denying it. Why does he do this? I do not know.
It was good. I mean,
That's where the term came from.
No way, really?
You and Bodie tonight. Get ready.
He's knee deep in okay, so back to back Big Trouble. He's seen Big Trouble in Little China 3 times already, and he loves it.
Oh,
It's so good. There's nothing not to love about it.
Yeah, when Grace, when we had you on in like February of this year, it was an inaugural kind of Tales from the Video Store. Let's get to know Grace, and you talked about Big Trouble being pretty much your all-time favorite movie, and your story about being able to watch it with your father. And how how special that was because he wouldn't really let you see most movies, right?
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, that was already back in February?
That was in February of this year. Now it's November.
Flying. That's nuts. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I have super fond memories of this movie, renting it from the video store. Like you said, Zach, I come from a very sheltered, traditional, Asian immigrant family, and my dad was so strict on me. Like I was not allowed to watch, PG-13 movies, R movies, underage. And so the one thing that we could both agree on was Big Trouble in Little China at the video store because, back then there wasn't a lot of Chinese representation in pop culture, right?
Right.
So, here's this pretty major movie with like a predominantly Asian cast and it piqued my dad's, attention. Like, what's this? And I've heard about this movie. Let's rent it. And we both loved it and we watched it, many times on tape. And I still remember, just the specific cues he would laugh at. He still loves the movie to this day. I can still talk about it with him. And he's
great.
like, oh, yeah, I remember that scene, So, yeah, I have very fond memories of watching it as a kid and loving it to this day. And yeah, I think it might be my favorite John Carpenter movie. So yeah, unpopular opinion.
No, I don't think that's unpopular. I think a lot of people would rank it as their favorite John Carpenter film. But how about you, Erin? What's your exposure to Big Trouble in Little China, being like kind of the newbie to this group as far as stuff like that?
I remember watching it when I was a kid with my mom. And I mean, we were a big family and like we watched movies a lot, but and went to the theater a lot. And I don't know if it was just on like HBO. Like I don't remember renting it specifically the first time. Maybe my mom and I just came upon it and we're like, oh, what's this? And like I remember my mom giggling so hard at it, like really just being so delighted by it and having such a fun time with her watching it. It's one of the few like really and I don't know if it was because it was just her and I the first time we watched it. But it's like one of those like special like mom moments that I have in my memory of like being able to like have a silly time with her and laugh at like I think a lot of it was just the surprise because it is the weirdest movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we were expecting necessarily, but I think we were both just so delighted by it and she giggled through and she loved comedies and like loved silly humor and all of those super silly movies from the 80s and 90s. But yeah, it was so yeah, that was the first time we watched it, and then obviously we brought the rest of our family into the mix with rentals and things like that. But yeah, there's just something about it that I think is such like appealing to different generations.
Yeah,
which is surprising in itself because you wouldn't be like this like horror comedy action like this totally random. Like if you tell anybody what it's about, if they haven't seen it, they're like, okay, really. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've described it to modern people basically saying like if it's Guardians of the Galaxy in 1986, like, where the lead actor is kind of a doofus, the good guy's kind of a doofus, and everybody around him is the ones picking up the slack, essentially, and then people are disappointed or pleasantly surprised based on their affection of Marvel movies. So,
right. That's a good comparison, I think.
Yeah. Dustin, how about you? When's the first time you saw it? And we've never really talked about Big Trouble in Little China in all the years we've been together.
Crazy.
Well, awkwardly, I've never seen it, but I'm excited to watch it with you guys today. No, it is obviously, as you guys have mentioned, it is one of those movies that the rewatchability is so high
every time
that it's like one of those movies where it was on HBO a lot, and when it was on, it would just it's staying on. It's staying on because obviously it's very quotable. It falls into so many different categories, but it's so weird. And even us rewatching it now to discuss it, you pick up on, you're like, how is this even a movie? It doesn't really make any sense. Like, that there is a script in some way, right? It feels like they just took Kurt Russell and threw him into these situations and like, whatever happens, just react to it.
Pretty much.
But because it's so different. Your leading man is a buffoon. He's arguably, like Carpenter has said, like he's kind of the sidekick.
Yeah.
Right.
To Wang, and just nothing had ever been made like it. And really, I mean, you could argue nothing's really been made like it since.
Yeah.
That wasn't deliberately trying to accomplish something like I'm going to be like Big Trouble or something. It's just exists in its own world. And so, so I love it. It's my favorite John Carpenter as well.
Yeah, I would say it's my favorite non-R John Carpenter movie. Prince of Darkness holds a really special place for me for some reason. It's like my go-to when it comes to instant horror or something. People say, show me a horror film that's kind of different and outside the box and not really necessarily mainstream. And I go, Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. But this is the same, it fits the same mold, where Prince of Darkness, nothing's really ever been like that. And this was peak Carpenter, like for me. And Grace, I know you are a huge Carpenter fan, but for me, peak Carpenter is like Big Trouble, They Live, Prince of Darkness, right in there in the sweet spots, the mid 80s, right? Mm-hmm. And he never achieved like huge success box office wise. This movie didn't do that well when it came out. And it kind of got buried. Actually, James Lew talks a little bit about that because John Carpenter was really mad. They were changing over Fox executives. And Dustin, in regards to that, I brought up the Ari Gross interview we did way back when he was talking about a movie called Coupe de Ville, which I believe is a Fox film. And that movie basically got shelved. It's Patrick Dempsey, Ari Gross, Daniel Stern. It's a road trip movie, Annabeth Gish. And it got buried because it wasn't a part of the new head of Fox, like his crew. He came in and he's like, well, I'm going to push all these to the side. So Big Trouble was not that big of a deal. But I mean, as most Carpenter films become, it's like a cult classic, right? Grace, would you agree that is just generally well-reserved, well-loved by so many people?
Prince of Darkness, you mean?
Prince of Darkness but Big Trouble in Little China specifically.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, sadly it didn't Big Trouble didn't perform well at the box office. I remember when it came out. I remember hearing about it, seeing the trailers. I taped it when it came out on TV. But yeah, sadly it just didn't do well. And it leaves off as like, at the end of the movie, like, oh, there might be a sequel, right? I mean, can I talk about spoilers?
Yeah. Because I think, most people have probably, if you haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China, we're not going to give you a synopsis. That's not what necessarily, we're not going to do that on this episode. We're just going to riff on how much we love it. But yeah, we can spoil the heck out of it.
All right, let's spoil it. Yeah, I mean, the parting shot is like the creature has hitched a ride on Jack Burton's rig, right? And you're just like, dun, 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 to be continued, So, and I remember as a kid, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to wait for this. And it never came, right?
Well, he's kind of known for that, though. I think people expected that with The Thing. They didn't get it. Some could say Halloween because he had no intention of making a sequel to Halloween. The ending of Halloween is very ambiguous. What happened to the shape? Yeah. Prince of Darkness, for example, another one. Like, what's going to happen? And if you guys haven't seen Prince of Darkness, go watch it. I'm sincere. Like, Dustin will be like, yeah, right. You love it. So most people are not going to love it. They're not going to love it. I love that movie.
I love that movie.
Right?
I haven't
Grace?
seen it in like a decade. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm going to revisit.
Well, let's all come over to our house and
love it.
We'll get the popcorn ready and we'll watch Prince of Darkness.
In the most sacred place, in the darkest of night, the most evil force man has ever known is awakening.
I've got a message for you.
From John Carpenter.
No one out there can help us.
Director of Halloween. Comes Prince of Darkness. He is here. Prince of Darkness.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Consult your local listings.
And I love that Egg Shen and Wang are back in it too in Prince of Darkness. Yeah.
I mean, Kim, let's talk about that. This is 86 when this movie came out. And I talked to James Lew about this too. Asian representation was not a big deal, was not a thing, right, Grace? Like the outside of Bruce Lee, there were no heroes, quote unquote. You had David Carradine being the white guy playing an Asian man in Kung Fu the series, but that was it. So this movie, like you said, Dustin, Kurt Russell is the buffoon and he is the sidekick. Dennis Dunn as Wang Chi is the hero, right, Grace?
Absolutely. Yeah. Wang steals the show. And yeah, he busts out his moves and you're like, damn,
right?
Guy can fight. And he's like, he's got to find his, gorgeous girl with the green eyes. He's on a mission.
Yeah,
and so I mean, yes, yeah, absolutely. Burton's just along for the ride, right? He is the sidekick. He's along to help out and just, chew up some scenery. But yeah, it's Wang's movie.
I think he chokes and chews. I think
for sure, absolutely.
And Kim Cattrall is like, I don't know. So Carpenter didn't write the script. It had 3 writers, but the script is so good, right? Like one line after another.
You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this? Who? Jack Burton. Me.
Erin, do you have like a favorite character in Big Trouble in Little China?
I mean, Jack is just so lovable and ridiculous. And like, you love that, like, no matter what happens, he keeps thinking he's the hero. Like he keeps acting like he is. He's always coming out like, I'm going to do it. And then he gets, shoots and hits his head on the rock, or like, throws nothing deters him from thinking he's still that guy.
Yeah.
Which I find kind of endearing. And I like that, like, on all accounts, you should think he's kind of like a broy douchebag. Like the way, he's got this swagger and he's kind of a dick, and then like, but he actually has a big heart and he is a total buffoon. And yeah, I mean, there's just something really, really adorable about him. But I
would you agree, Dustin? Is he adorable to you?
He is adorable because as Erin said, by all accounts, we shouldn't like him.
His truck says "haul ass" with one of those like cutouts on the front.
Those ladies,
yeah. He's not on paper. He's not really likable, But what Kurt Russell has done with him has made him like the most endearing guy. You're never not rooting for him, and we're kind of experiencing these things through his eyes, where like something really supernatural has just occurred. And everyone around him is kind of like, yeah, that's what happens down here underneath Chinatown. And he's like, what?
It's like, wait, what?
It's a lot of that. And it's just, yeah. So I totally agree. He's absolutely my favorite.
I was convinced, because this takes place in San Francisco, Chinatown. I was convinced for decades that they shot it up in San Francisco, but they did not. They shot it all on a soundstage here in LA, Fox Studios. Grace, is Jack your favorite character in the movie?
No, Jack is not my favorite character. I will show you who is, because I got to meet him in person.
The thing with the eyeballs. The thing with the eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, James Hong is
amazing,
is a legend. Yep.
Yeah, legend.
And Dustin, we have a mutual friend in Brendan Hay, who wrote the Gremlins Mogwai series, right? And produced it and whatnot.
Show ran it.
And worked with Lopan himself, James Hong. Good. Grace, when you met James, was that at a screening of Big Trouble in Little China?
No, this was, let me see, when was this? This was a long time ago. This was like 2016 or something like that. It was at the Annie Awards for animation, and he was there, and nice. I was like freaking the hell out, right? Because I'm just like, oh my God, like there's the guy who's responsible for all my nightmares as a child.
Right.
And he's right there, and he's gonna freaking kill me. Luckily, I don't have green eyes. I'm a Chinese girl without green eyes. So I think I was safe, right? So I went up to him and said hi and told him how he terrified me as a child. And then he proceeded to like growl and make monster noises at me. and go like this.
In 2025, that would be considered inappropriate, but back then it was fine.
Back then it was fine, but he was just like, and I was just like, oh my God.
Wow.
It makes me love him even more.
Yeah, same.
Yes. And so, yeah, no, he was lovely. And I laughed my head off because, yeah, he was just trying to scare me in my adult age and succeeded.
That's amazing.
He brought so much to that character too. You know, like there are all the little things that he does that make that character like that I don't think necessarily, or even if they were in the script, but like we were just talking about how when he's like teasing Gracie when he first meets her and he's like,
yeah, because she's such a spitfire.
And he's like, ooh. Like why? Like that's so unnecessary and so like out of character because he's supposed to be this kind of like intimidating old man who's like, you know, kind of scary and whatever. And like those little things or like, you know, even like when they're doing the fighting, he's like, you know, like just his expressions, like the little things that he throws into it to make it, I think, more relatable in a way. So he's still this big, scary, weird, like supernatural thing, but also has this like side of humanity or like little touch of something that you can grasp a little bit. So he's not just a monster. He's like a weird monster.
Yeah, it either for me it either makes him creepier because he's got these little things, or it softens him a little bit. It's a twofer, right? Because
it's both for sure.
Yeah, watching it with
Bodhi, it is creepy.
When he enters, when Wang and Jack get captured and they're in chairs, and Wang and Lo Pan enters the room as his creepy old man with the amazing makeup effects. By the way, are incredible in this.
The wispy.
Yeah, you see like the liver spots and everything, and like you know like the sunspots and whatnot, and you think, how the hell old is this guy? And then you look at his skin, and you're like, that looks real, but like as a kid, I thought it was real. You know, I thought, they must have got a different actor to play him as the old man. And now as an adult, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, is Bodhi going to get freaked out by this? And I say, Bodhi, is this gross for you? He's like, no, it's cool. I'm like, okay, cool.
Great.
Why is it cool? Because he likes the makeup effects. He thought they were so authentic looking.
Great.
But yeah, like the pervy side to him, because it's like this pervy, creepy old man type deal. Not that he did that to you, Grace. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that, James Hong did that.
No.
Lo Pan did. I can see why he's your favorite.
And think I would be happy and my curse would be lifted.
You can go off and rule the universe from beyond the grave.
Indeed.
Or check into a psycho ward, whichever comes first, huh?
Did any of you happen to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode where they paid homage to Big Trouble in Little China and James Hong reprised his Lo Pan role? Did you guys, any of you see that? Grace, you saw it?
No, but I need to look it up.
Are you talking about the 2012 iteration?
Yes.
Yeah.
On Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that's Zero's show. He hired him.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, Grace's boyfriend, for anyone wondering. Seriously?
Yeah.
My mind is blown right now.
Yeah, no, Zero hired him back to reprise the role. So, yeah, that was a very specific choice.
Wow. It's the Murgatroyd. I'm sounding like in
real time
cartoon character. That's my mind. And I just met Zero not that long ago with Grace at the Horror-thon, at the Arrow Horror-thon. That was very exciting to finally meet Zero. My mind is blown. Well, Dustin and Erin, if you guys have not seen that episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, it's a good series. I really enjoyed it, but that episode in particular is phenomenal.
I love it.
Big time.
Who's your favorite character, Zach?
My favorite character? I mean, it's Jack Burton, Like, I'm a white kid in the 80s. Like, I'm going to relate to the white guy in the movie. It's just, but there was something, but Kurt Russell is my favorite all-time actor. I think that he becomes the character. When I see The Thing, I don't think, oh, that's Kurt Russell. I say that's RJ McCready, right? When I see Escape from New York, I don't say, oh, I say that's Snake Plissken, just like I said, but he doesn't look much different. Like he doesn't, it's not like he's under a bunch of prosthetics or anything like that. He's just, he's like a guy you want to have a beer with.
What about when you see Overboard?
I love him in Overboard.
You see Kurt Russell? I don't know the character's name.
I love him in Mean Season. I love him in
Tango and Cash.
I hate Tango and Cash, but I love him in that.
Right.
because I don't like Sylvester Stallone. He's kind of a douche. Not the character, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, mine. But my connection with Big Trouble is I saw it in the theater with my mom when it came out. When it came out on video, I rented it relentlessly. I'm a big movie soundtrack guy, shocker. And I would listen to music to go to bed at night, and I have the cassette tape, of course, the soundtrack. I would just put it in, and it would. I had the cassette player that would play on loop, so
so you didn't have to switch.
Yeah, it was very expensive. Anyways, I had the soundtrack. I still have it. Hold on, I still have the cassette.
Oh, so good.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I had to replace the case because the case got broken, but it's got one of those cool things where it's like the double, it's got the little sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And just the pictures in there, obviously, of the characters. And I used to go to bed at night just like looking at the pictures and reading the liner notes. And this is no surprise to Dustin. Dustin's like, this does not surprise me at all.
It all tracks.
The thing is so tiny. There's like 3 liner notes. He's like, I'm just reading the liner notes when I'm going to bed again and again. I'd
be like, sequencing, mixing. Where's Glendale? I want to know where Glendale is. And they used a psychoacoustic projector. What's that?
Wow.
Anyways,
I still don't know what that is.
I have no idea. I mean, we'll get to the soundtrack in a minute, but
but Erin was asking if Carol, if
what did your mom think of it?
Mom
my mom loved. Oh, I love Kurt Russell.
Which mom didn't?
Right?
He's such a hunk. My mom loved. Yeah, Kurt Russell's he is a hunk, but I mean, Dennis Dunn is a hunk. Like, he comes across so badass. Like you said, Grace, like he is the guy with the moves, and no wonder Mao Ying loves him. And but like James Lew was a hunk in that, as one of the Chang Sing. Like I saw him and I was like, who's this guy? Like all these badass dudes. And just one character after another, that fight sequence in the beginning, we should talk about that. It's insane. It's insane. In the interview with James, he revealed that there's a sequence in that fight scene where a guy's head is driven in between 2 like pillars, right? And that was James's idea, essentially. He wanted to do it on the ground, but they compromised. I guess he didn't remember exactly how it was played off, but he suggested that the Carpenter was a little like, I think it's a little too much, but they ended up doing something similar to that. That fight sequence, like, how is that for you guys? Dustin, talk about the fight sequence in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of the moment, and we're talking of course about when when Jack and Wang stumble upon this funeral procession in progress, and kind of go down the wrong alley with a giant big rig, which you can't just back out of there, and see these two rival gangs essentially just start killing each other. And it's really funny because watching it this time, I was like, the truck took so many bullets.
Yeah, this is one of those things where like it's almost like the Star Wars with the stormtroopers shooting. You're like, they're not hitting anything.
Right, they're not hitting anything. But it's this kind of great way to set up exposition a little bit too, of like, who is, well, just as a quick digression, it's really interesting now watching this movie and knowing how many shitty network notes Carpenter got. That he had to like then kind of go back and like kind of redo things to make it more, idiot proof. And like one of the things, yes. And like, well, just for starters, one of the things is that opening scene with Egg talking to the lawyer.
Oh yeah, that was tagged on.
So random.
Yeah.
Right. And apparently
we never come back to it.
No.
We never revisit it. It's like Egg's telling this story. We never revisit it. And apparently that was like put in to kind of explain who Jack was, to kind of build him up as more of a hero.
Which didn't help necessarily. Like, I don't think it did address that note, but
you don't need that at all.
No, you don't need that.
No.
But I guess one of the things that the network, the studio, I should say, and the network notes come from the TV world, but the studio wanted it to be very clear who the good guys were and the bad guys. So they add this line where Wang goes, "No, they're the good guys, Jack."
Oh, with the Chang Sings.
Yes, and because they're clearly there's white and black, and that alone visually should do it, but it didn't.
Wing Kong is black and red, and Chang Sings are like white and yellow.
White and yellow, exactly. But we need that line. Let's hit everybody over the head. These are the good guys. We're not in trouble. And but it's this incredible battle where you really don't even know who's winning really and who's losing, and it is just like it's just chaos.
You don't know what it's about, which I like.
Yeah, same.
That you're just suddenly thrust into this.
It's just
massive
bad blood. The guys are showing up with cleavers, machetes.
Cleavers,
opening
amazing.
fire on a funeral. Nobody cares, and you're like, oh, this is real. This is real. And Wang's like, get out of here. Okay, no, don't. Be quiet. No, okay.
Did either of you, any of you, did the three of you ever go, how the hell is he going to get his truck out of there with all those sharp right turns? There's no 3-point turn. You don't see one 3-point turn in this.
He's got to keep going straight.
Right. So he's screwed. Right? And also too, I as far as backstories go, I want to know the backstory of the guy that they're having the funeral for. Because he's is he like the leader of the Chang Sings? Grace, we don't ever find that out.
I don't think so. I think, does Wang just have a quick throwaway line about it? It's the leader.
Yeah. But I want to know more about that guy.
Yeah.
Right. And they're going to be having
prequel.
A lot more funerals in the coming.
I know. If it's this much for one guy, think of all the people that die in this scene.
Yeah.
And by the way, you see James Lew, and I keep shouting him out because I just literally interviewed him, and that interview's on our YouTube and Spotify, etc. He gets thrown into a plate glass window at one point, and then proceeds to jump out of the window on top of another guy to tackle another guy. It is wild. It is a wild fight scene. Crazy. I love it so much.
Yeah. And it's so long.
It is long.
It just keeps going. You're like, and not knowing what's happening or who you should be rooting. You're like, what is going on right now? This movie just started, chaos. And I'm so confused right now. What is happening?
I mean, it is, like you said, it is one of those movies that there is no describing it on paper to somebody. They're like, what's that? What movie is that? Or if you just start describing, 2 minutes in, next thing you know, there's this melee battle royal fight scene that takes place and everybody's getting slaughtered. But the two main guys who show up, they don't get hurt at all.
Nope.
But then, of course, the storms come out and just wreck everybody as well. But Al Leong, I think, there's a myriad of action stuntmen in this movie. And you're like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. Right. But when Al Leong shows up, you're like, I definitely know that guy.
As a villain,
as
course.
a villain. Yes. And Gerald Okamura, he's a 6-shooter, by the way.
Sure.
His son's, speaking of Grace, you're saying, Dean Cundy's wife probably runs his Instagram. I think Gerald's son runs his Instagram. But he's always getting him in something from Vans type shoes to little 6-shooter figures. And it's kind of iconic at this point. But Al Leong, I think he had just done Lethal Weapon, or he was soon after that. He has an amazing fight scene in the movie Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
One of, in my opinion, my favorite American martial art fight scene of all time. If y'all have never seen that sequence, it's incredible.
We've talked about it on episodes.
We talked about it right on our. Didn't we do an episode of favorite martial art movies?
We did.
Time to do a part 2.
You're forgetting Genghis Khan and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
All right.
I mean, come on.
Great point.
Good call.
So let's talk about a little bit about some scenes that stand out to you. Grace, what's one of your favorite scenes in Big Trouble in Little China?
Oh my God, one of my favorite scenes. Probably, the grand finale, right? The big marriage ceremony, both, Gracie Law and Miao Yen are just, done up in, regalia and, they're about to get married. Oh my God, to Lo Pan. He's going to get 2, beautiful brides. And I just remember the scene where Lopan is sticking Miao Yin with the needle, the needle of love or whatever the hell it was.
Guide my hand as I insert this needle into Mao Yin. Come, my love. Give it to me.
With the pervy sounds that he makes too.
Like, I read that he was actually going for it, and Miao Yin, the actress, was like grimacing. Like those are her real grimaces that you see in the movie, because he was really digging in there, and he did draw a little blood. So yeah, next time you watch that scene, just look at her face. That grimace is real.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just that last climactic scene with all the fight sequences, the wire work, and just the mayhem that ensues. I love it.
The fact that they're like fighting in midair.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so like silly and unnecessary and awesome.
Amazing.
And then Jack gets buried under the guy.
It's funny you say that, Erin, because Bodhi was like, this is kind of silly, but it's also kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, that's the point, Bodhi.
Whole movie.
It's supposed to be silly and cool at the same time. Yeah, and in the neon lights, he's like, are those supposed to be, is it supposed to be obvious that those are neon lights? I go, yeah, I think so, bud, because it's like it's like mystical, but also modern at the time. I don't know.
Because it's the 80s,
right?
Yeah, you get your neon in there. Come on. Please. Thank you, John Carpenter. Erin, how about you? What's a particular scene that stands out to you?
I don't know about scenes. I think that my favorite thing overall is just like the little unnecessary things, like the vibe of it, like the moments that like a lot of movies just wouldn't bother with, but that make it so funny, like when they first get their guns and they look at him and they're like, and then Jack switches and then they switch like nobody wants the little gun. Yeah. So unnecessary. It's so ridiculous. And it's just like a little moment where it's like boop, bloop, and you're like, okay. Like little things like that. Or when they're in like the hall with like the big statues and like at the end and it's like ging, 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 and all the statues fall one by one like dominoes, and it takes a minute and then it skips over to the other side and then it goes again, totally unnecessary, doesn't tie into the plot at all, but is really kind of funny and silly to watch. Those are kind of my favorite moments overall.
It's so true. Like those are they're not important. Like the Buddha's crashing down and breaking like that. They didn't need that, but I'm so glad they left it in.
It's all in the reflexes.
And the horror things, like you don't need the monsters in the movie. Like I think a lot of movies would just have this like action movie, but then to have like the weird monster that like is the kidnapper and the eyeball. Like
it's a beholder. Basically, it's a variation on the D&D beholder, which is super rad. I'm so glad, but it's so gross again.
Gross.
Yeah, and going back to the special effects, it just like it looks gooey, and at one point it's licking its wounds, and you're like, oh god, with that tongue as an eyeball on it. Oof.
So gross.
Dustin, any particular things stand out to you about Big Trouble that you want to talk about?
No. No, to build on what Erin's saying, like the like having Gracie kiss him and then having his lipstick stay on.
Yes.
Right?
It's so
like
great.
Good.
It's like that is so I'm curious, is that in the script that you have? I'm very curious.
I'm curious to know like what of these things.
Yeah, like are there just things that are just like that? But that scene in that hall, the kind of the exchange with the knife, I love so much, because it's like, these guys are dealing with such supernatural things, and then they take this potion, and then suddenly they're on equal ground, and so when Lopan has the knife, the knife that misses, and it's like, oh, goodbye, Mr. Burton, he thinks like, okay, now I'm just gonna throw this knife and kill Jack, but Jack catches it and throws it back, and then
good.
It's just that kind of like all in the reflexes. It brings it all back together. Yeah, and I love that so much.
That moment where Jack really is the badass that he thinks he is.
Right.
The one time.
Well, it worked out. It
worked out. Well, I mean, isn't that the case for everybody? It's always you're always gonna have that one time. Mm-hmm. Like the guy who wears the Letterman jacket for life because he had that one time in high school. Mm-hmm. So this is interesting. I'm glad you brought it up, Dustin. In the script, it's Gracie Law and Jack are in the elevator together, and they're going down to, take on Lopan. And and he asks about how she's dressed, and she's like, I was getting married. He was marrying both of us just because my eyes are green too, I guess. And then it says, Jack kisses her with great skill. And she responds. And she says, my God, is this really happening? Clunk. The elevator stops with a jerk in. And then Jack steps out with his survival knife. And that's it. No mention of the lipstick.
Oh, funny.
Okay.
Wow.
With great skill. And she responds. How often does that happen, fellas?
And then she notices it later, and is like, takes her sleeve to wipe it off.
Well, Kim Cattrall's badass too, by the
She's
way.
so good.
Like, she's so badass. I was watching it, and I'm like, man, she was so good. You know, like, I enjoy Mannequin, I enjoy Police Academy, but this role, everybody in this role, Margot she's so funny.
Oh my God,
you
it's
know,
so well cast. It really
it's
is.
so
Everybody's-
perfectly casted. You know, one scene that just stands out to me always, besides the gun scene, is the elevator scene. That's with everybody in when
they all get in.
Yeah, and of course Jack says it's getting hot in here as me, because and it's really, and I didn't get to ask James about this on the air, but what I love about that scene is everyone's high as a kite, right? But James Lew, if you go back and watch the movie, he puts his hand on Egg. And he kind of massages Egg's shoulder, and he kind of looks down at him like really fondly.
Aww.
And it's like a sweet moment, but it's also so like, he's so stoned right now.
Yeah.
Well, and the whole idea of like this like moment like this, we're in this like deep into the action of the movie, you know, like things are getting started and things are happening, and it's like, oh my God, there's going to be this giant battle. It's like, and then we all have to get in the elevator. And it's as awkward as any elevator ride is. You always climb in. There's a ton of people like, here we go. Okay, we're all in here. All these tough guys crammed into the elevator. Like, there's nothing you can do but wait for it to go, which is like such a ridiculous thing to happen in the middle of the action.
Yeah, it is really funny.
And now we have to take an elevator.
And you reminded me too, Erin, when you're talking about the guns, exchanging the guns, and of course, Jack wants the cool one, the machine gun.
Mm-hmm. And then doesn't know how to use it.
Right. Entertech water guns were out at that time, and they made I think it's called like an Eagle or something, but it is that we talked about this, Dustin, right? Way back on an 80s Kids Unite.
I was not present for this, but I'm familiar with the episode in which you speak.
Yeah, you listen to it and you're like, nah, I wouldn't have said that. No. It was the exact same gun. I had that. I had a rubber knife, and I was like, I'm Jack Burton. I had a mullet.
Yeah, you are.
know?
Absolutely.
Had a
Did you have knee-high boots?
I wanted those boots so bad.
I know. I could see you in those boots.
Yeah, same.
You got to find
100%.
them.
Right?
Daily boots.
Don't be surprised if I wear those for Halloween one year. So,
or just any random Saturday.
I mean, I could totally rock some Ugg
You
boots.
could rock them.
You
yeah.
could.
I feel like you could
can.
get away with it.
Thanks.
Dustin, I don't know. You'd be more like a Peter Pan-y kind of vibe with it, I think, but like some sort of more.
Dustin would do that. He would do the Peter Pan.
He would. That's
You're right.
yeah. That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Cool Jack Burton boots. They're Peter Pan.
Peter Pan boots.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It reminds me of that scene in
I don't
8-Bit
even think Peter
Christmas
Pan
where
had boots on.
wearing girl boots. Let's talk about the soundtrack really quick, because it's phenomenal, and John Carpenter's soundtrack is unique. It's Alan Howarth, though, that does it with John Carpenter, right, Grace? And Grace, I'm wondering, did you happen to go to the They Live screening years ago where Alan Howarth did a concert? Did you go to that?
No.
At the Egyptian Theater?
At the Egyptian. I remember when that happened. I don't think I was able to go to that, unfortunately.
Okay, so Dustin and I and Corey did, and we had a little group, right? They showed They Live, and Alan Howarth did a concert beforehand.
So cool.
Dustin, he was all decked out in like sparkles and stuff, right?
It was a big night for Alan. You know, he really went there. He really went all in. And I think, you know, and we loved it, but we were also kind of like, this is so long. Like, it was actually a concert before, it was like an hour-long concert before the movie. So we were kind of like, okay, all right. Like, they gave him the stage. They gave him his moment. And, but it was rad. It was rad.
It was rad. And I know, Grace, you just saw John Carpenter live doing somewhat of a similar deal. Like, he has a whole band with him, but he does all his music with visuals in the background, right?
Yeah, bummed you couldn't make it. That was
I
at
know,
the
me too.
Belasco Theater downtown. Yeah, he's a rock star. He's got a band with his son,
Cody, yeah.
Cody. Yeah. No, it was great, and he plays all his scores. With the movie in the background. He did not sing "Big Trouble in Little China,"
By the
unfortunately.
Coupe de Villes, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in our show notes to watch it because it's phenomenal.
We'd better run it through the mystic night, run until they take us away, take us away, take us away. Big trouble in Little China.
Yeah, I mean that song in the credits, where someone's singing the song, that's John Carpenter. And sadly, yeah, he didn't sing the song when I saw him perform live. But they performed the score though.
Okay, they did. Now, so when you're talking about, did they perform like really long pieces, or was it just like 5-minute chunks, or?
Just like the one like song. So just like a 5-minute like song. Like if you're listening to it on your cassette, it's just that one little like.
Did they do The Alley or Here Comes the Storms or probably Pork Chop Express, right?
They did Pork Chop Express, of course. Yeah.
I'm just saying that I used to like read these and go, oh, this is the final escape. This is the best part of the, Grace, are you a fan of the Big Trouble in Little China song by the Coupe de Villes?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just so silly and stupid. I love it.
Would you ever think that was Carpenter singing that?
Right? No, I didn't. You know what? I mean, as a kid, did you know that was John Carpenter when you were little?
No, I thought, I'm like, who is this guy? Like, who's this singer?
Yeah. I didn't know until freaking recently. Like, yeah, I had no idea. And this whole time that kind of eluded me up until recently. Because as a kid, you hear the song, but you don't put two and two together like, oh, that's John. That's the director. I never knew.
Definitely not.
Dustin, do you think that his voice was manipulated on that song?
Probably.
It sounds really deep.
Again, like really listen to it.
Okay.
Listen to his cassette.
If I
if Dustin and Erin were in my house.
If I can borrow your cassette, I would love to listen to it.
Erin, your thoughts on the score to Big Trouble in Little China, the music, the synthwave.
I mean, it's perfect. It fits it perfectly and like encapsulates kind of the era for sure. But also I think is the perfect bed for everything that's happening. Like, I feel like it's not overpowering. It's noticeable, but not like, this is how you should feel right now. Like, I feel like sometimes scores are kind of heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one is very well matched to the vibe of the, and I think part of that is because it's, I think Carpenter's so involved with the scoring and things like that in his movies and the music. And like, so that helps when the vision is all, which I'm assuming a lot of directors are, but, when it's, a lot of it's his song or his music, like it really is all coming from his brain.
Well, I think that's why it's such a perfect marriage. His movies during this block of time are so unique because he has so much control over the visual with the audio, and like the fight scene again in the beginning of the movie, that ding 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 ding, that it's just so it's a perfect representation of what's going on. Like, you can close your eyes and listen to the music and like know all hell's breaking loose right now.
What's happening, Wang? Chinese standoff. A what? Don't make a sound.
Dustin, would you say that this score, is this one of your more favorite Carpenter scores out of his selection of movies?
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting to think about that this movie was conceptualized as a Western.
Yeah.
I'm glad it obviously wasn't, but hindsight.
I can't picture it as a Western.
But a score like this wouldn't work with that.
Right.
It would be very strange, I think. And yeah, certainly if it wasn't set in the 80s but yeah, no, this is has a little more, oomph than some of the other Carpenter. Trying to think like what would be another comparison. No, I mean I agree with what Erin's saying. It's like it really is perfect, and kind of reminds me a little bit of like what's this, Giorgio?
Marauder.
Yes,
Yeah.
where it's like kind of like very much like that kind of a thing. Giorgio Marmara.
Giorgio Marmara.
Yeah, that guy.
Everyone's favorite.
Basil Pomodoro.
And just kind of how the bed supports the visuals and doesn't distract.
Yeah, and Grace, I'm assuming you've pretty much seen every John Carpenter movie, right?
You know what? I haven't seen Ghost from Mars. And
you don't need to.
I'm kind of scared too.
Like ashamed for a second.
I have a theory, like everything past Memoirs of an Invisible Man. Well, In the Mouth of Madness came after that, but most John Carpenter stuff after that is not that great, in my opinion. Would you say that this is his most like complex score though, up until this point?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, now that you mention it. Yeah, I think so.
Because it's pretty all his other stuff was very subtle,
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I never really thought about it like that. But yeah, absolutely. He took some risks with this score for sure. And I think he like had some fun. I think he was like, you know what, let's just do it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right.
I'll put a little bell in here. Ding. Okay, so I want to start to wrap up a little bit. But before I do, I'm going to put the fun fact in right now, just so we're good with time. And then we can come back with our favorite lines. I'm pulling one fun fact from 1986 when this movie came out, but we're recording this in November. It's dropping in November, so it's from November of 86. It's very relevant with two of our guests, Dustin and Erin, because I think they'll appreciate this fun fact. In November of 1986 on CBS, I think that's all I had to say. The minute CBS, Erin got really excited. Murder, She Wrote's Jessica Fletcher crossed over to what TV show? This is a little bit of trivia and fun fact.
Sunday.
Kill it!
Adrienne Barbeau guest stars as someone cancels an obnoxious TV host.
Crime is my beat. Murder my specialty.
Murder, She Wrote.
Do you guys know what TV show she crossed over to, Dustin, by chance?
Is this the infamous Magnum in Hawaii?
Yes, it is.
Hi. Thursday, Magnum is hired by some schoolgirls to find their missing teacher.
There is just no limit to their imaginations.
And once again, Magnum is in over his head.
I think I can explain this whole misunderstanding. No, you don't.
Spend Christmas in Hawaii with Magnum. Thursday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
She crossed over to Magnum PI in a plot that sees her coming to Hawaii to investigate an attempt to murder Robin Masters' guest. She then tries to clear Thomas Magnum when he's accused of killing the hitman.
Yeah, two-part.
Yeah, it's so amazing because she remains the most nosiest person even in Hawaii. Because she's just
two of them together though are so great.
It's really good. If you guys haven't seen
if you haven't seen it, they're very funny together. They're very good together because Magnum's is Magnum's kind of Jack Burton-y. He's this handsome dude who's like this guy, but also doesn't always. I mean, he solves his crimes and things. He's a little tougher than Jack, but he has his moments. But he and Jessica are very funny together. And like one point he comes to the hotel room and she's like in her robe, and he's like, "Oh," there's a moment like, "Whoa, sorry." She's like, "Come on in."
Angela Lansbury and Tom Selleck. I would never see a pairing like that, but you never know.
It's great.
But it's really good.
It's great.
Is that considered a May December romance? Is that what the expression is?
Is that gaslighting, doxing, May December?
Grace, did you watch Murder, She Wrote back in the day? Or do you watch it now like Dustin and Erin do?
I mean, as a kid, it didn't appeal to me. It would be on TV. I'd turn the station.
Lady.
Right. It was like I watched it with my grandma. It was like my grandma was watching it, so I would watch it. And but now I watch it, and it's amazing how many people guest starred in Murder, She Wrote. That like half of my phone is just me taking a shot to send to you guys of like, look who it is. You guys just, and like inevitably I would find somebody that you had just had on the podcast. Like 2 weeks later, I'd be watching like, look who it is on Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, at one point I wanted to do a show called Murder or Vice. And if anyone's listening, do not take this idea because I'm putting it out right now. Murder or Vice. Did this actor star on Murder, She Wrote, or did they star on Miami Vice, guest star?
But also 21 Jump Street. I always throw that in there too because it really is.
They did have some.
Yeah, it's kind of a younger thing, but everybody passed through that show.
And Werewolf, by the way, Werewolf. Grace, are you familiar with the TV show Werewolf that came out on Fox?
For 8 weeks?
I'm like, yeah. When you said that, like my brain started like rolling back. I think so.
You gotta watch that show.
Yeah.
The pilot is amazing. Though. The pilot is
recommended.
Yeah. Highly.
2,000 years ago, legends tell us werewolves plagued the Roman Empire. 1,000 years ago, there were mass slaughters of suspected werewolves. Only 200 years ago, in France, a legendary wolf-like beast killed more than 60 people. 100 years from now, what will the legends tell of today? Werewolf. Saturday night, the legend begins. Again.
I had to throw that in there. I got so excited when I saw that fun fact. I was like, oh my God, Dustin and Erin are going to flip out.
Very exciting.
Let's wrap up with, and again, for everyone going, oh, you didn't talk about this or that. There's a lot to talk about with Big Trouble in Little China. This is more about our love of just what we love about this movie and the fact that it's going to be 40 years old and 2026 is insane. Sorry, Dustin. I know this is hard for you. You're like, what the hell's going on?
It's very hard.
I need a moment.
It's crazy.
Let's give some of our favorite lines. I'm going to start my favorite line because I use it all the time. Everybody relax. I'm here. Like, that's what I say all the time. And then everyone looks at me and they're like, we are relaxed. And anyways, Grace, what's your favorite line from Big Trouble in Little China?
Oh gosh, I mean, I say it all the time. Chinese girls do not come with green eyes. I say it any chance I get to say it, I say it.
Has Ciro ever asked you to wear green contact lenses?
Right?
No, I can't wear contact lenses. I was Angela from Night of the Demons for Halloween. I tried to get contacts in my eyes. It didn't work.
Oh.
That would be a great costume.
No.
It's just like,
If y'all have not gone to Grace's Instagram, please do that because it is phenomenal. I'm just like, she's just the coolest. When I saw you guys at the Arrow, I was like, oh, that's the cool crowd. I want to hang with them.
Shut up, Zag. You came and hung with us.
I know, and I got the hang.
And then you pulled an Irish goodbye and you left without saying goodbye.
I did because I had to split and it was crowded and bonkers, by the way. That was a lot of fun. Erin, what's your favorite line from a quote from Big Trouble in Little China?
I think it's really random, but like when he goes down the chute and Jack falls into the pile of fish, and then they talk about like, oh, they have these reserves or whatever, and this guy comes bites the fish like he's eating like a mackerel or something, just like, and holds it out, and Jack just goes later. And leaves, and he doesn't say maybe later, like the natural instinct to be like, maybe later, like I'm good. Like the very go-to reaction would just be like, nah, I'm good. Later. Like it's going to happen, but not right now. It's so ridiculous. Every time I see that, I laugh.
That makes me laugh.
Later.
That's so great. Dustin, how about you?
I'm a reasonable guy, but I've just experienced some very unreasonable things is my favorite. That's what I feel like every day of life. Like, I'm trying to be reasonable. What is this? Why is no one acknowledging like how stupid everything is?
And that really, like, I feel like sums up the movie pretty well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. That's
That's a great way to wrap it up. I'm so emotionally inside. I'm like beaming because I'm just happy to be with three of my favorite people on this planet because you're all so rad.
Same.
Can I show you guys one last thing before we leave?
Yes, please.
This hangs on my wall.
Oh,
wow.
Signed by Carpenter.
It's so good.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God, that
Grace is holding up a sign for anyone
amazing.
Listening. She's holding up a signed
Photo.
It's a glossy
Jack
image.
with
I
both
think it
of
was from the press kit, and I actually got
I mean,
it.
those costumes are amazing.
Yeah, so beautiful.
It's Jack with the brides to be.
Amazing.
That's amazing. And also
That is
shout out to
really
Drew
good.
Struzman. Drew Struzman, who did the art for the poster, just passed away not that long ago. Big shout out to him because that art is iconic. But that's an amazing print. I will say I met John Carpenter at a Fangoria convention years ago, promoting Ghost of Mars of all things, and I asked him why he ended his movies the way he did, and he said that was intentional. He wanted to leave it open ended for the audience to figure out what happens next. I just love that. Like he never really made a sequel, and I love that about John Carpenter as well. Though I low-key like Halloween too. I don't care what anyone says. I think it's actually pretty damn good.
I love Halloween too.
It's good. It's good, everybody. I love you all.
We're not going to get into Halloween 3. That's a totally different discussion.
Halloween 3.
Okay. Oh, Halloween 3 is come on.
But it's not Halloween.
No, it's not. It's its own thing. It's Tom Atkins' movie.
Yep.
We'll talk about that on another episode.
This is us leaving something for the people to think about.
Oh, yeah.
It's our version.
This is great. I love that. All right. So everybody, thank you so much for
thank you
being on, and love you so much. All right. Thank you, guys.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. This was
it was nice meeting you, Grace.
So good to see you, Grace.
I love it. This was fun. Thank you.
This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. See you around, Burton.
Never can tell.
Oh, listen, I just wanted to say goodbye and remind you that the good guys always win, even in the 80s.